Welcome back to the 82nd episode of the BatChums podcast. I'm Drew Leiter, and joining me tonight is my co-host, the man, the myth, the new legend, Mike Gordon.
Howdy. Sorry, I got nothing. I mean, except, I could say riddle me this. The ta-ta only works like when the show's over. So ta-ta. I mean, I could say that and then walk off. Then that would just leave you, Drew.
I could do the whole recap uninterrupted.
Yes, you could. But what fun would that be?
All right, so this is Batman Season 2, Episode 46, A Riddling Controversy. Episode aired Thursday, February 9th, 1967, directed by James B. Clark, and written by William P. D'Angelo.
Yeah, I wasn't able to find out any more information about why the producer wrote this episode. But as we mentioned, he does, we did sort of mention last week, and it is true this week too, that he does sort of lift a lot from Detective Comics 140. And we'll go into further as we go further into the episode. I'll let you know exactly what scene in particular he takes from that first appearance of the Riddler. But yeah, it's not the whole story, but he does take elements from it, which, it's kind of cool. I like the fact, I always like it when the show references the comics. So,
Yeah, me too. When we last saw the Cape Crusaders, they were slowly sinking in a bitter batter of Riddler quicksand. A grim and gritty end awaits them unless their number one fan can lend a hand. Magic Batman.
Magic Batman. So he doesn't really have to worry about quicksand so much because he's just ahead. I
so,
mean, if he's
so it's
already,
already up to his lip, huh?
I was gonna say, if he's in quicksand, it won't take long.
All right, Magic Batman. Well, Batman and Robin have a happy anniversary. You've won this fight.
All right, Magic Batman. You stay cool, Mr. Magic Batman.
Holy Titanic! Batman and Robin are going down for the last time. Batman recalls that many of those who survived the Titanic did so by remaining calm and treading water until help arrived. If they remain calm and motionless, Batman believes they won't sink any further than Robin's lower lip. Um, I don't think people survived the Titanic by treading water. Didn't they just freeze?
Well, there were some survivors.
Well, yeah, they were in boats.
Some of them were in boats, some of them were, floating around, I guess, on whatever they could float on. Yeah, I don't think anybody was, yeah, treading water, though. You're right.
Yeah.
Without any sort of assistance, that would have been a while because I think it took a while for some for folks to arrive and help to arrive. But I'm not a Titanic expert, so I sort of leave it to Batman. He is the expert in all things, so I will leave it to him. I'm not going to argue with him, Drew. I'm not.
It worked. Using their experimental heel and toe bat rockets, the Cape Crusaders launched themselves to safety. Don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. Holy bat puppets! Those strings were obvious.
Yeah, they were. So, but yeah, I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't think it was actually Adam and Bert in those either. So,
Yeah, I don't think so.
no, not in that harness. But yeah.
Later at Riddler's hideout, in the soon to be open No Man Jigsaw Puzzle Factory, Riddler and his gang watch the news about their crime in Gotham Central Park, where they stole $1 million of charity funds accumulated in Batman's honor.
Still not enough though.
Riddler can't believe that Batman and Robin are still alive. The Cape Crusaders are defunct, departed, demised, dead. Dear Anagram wonders if it is true. Riddler states one more cunning caper, and I'll have the prize of Professor Charm's Demolecularizer.
Sure, we'll go with that.
The,
Demolecularizer. Nope. See, even I'm doing it.
how
So,
about
so
this?
hey, I think we should have a little bit more respect for John Astin. I mean, he may not be the perfect Riddler, but he can say demolecularize. He could say it. He could say that word because he
All right,
says it over and over again.
this is what I'll do. Riddler states one more cunning caper, and I'll have the prize of Professor Charm's weapon. The regiment of Batman couldn't stop the Riddler. Back at police headquarters, Batman ponders the clue left by the Riddler at the scene of the crime. When is an eagle's nest blessed best? Commissioner Gordon seems to think that the nest is best blessed with little ones in it. Robin adds, or nest eggs. Riddler must be after a nest egg. Maybe we should change the Riddler to tongue twister.
uh, maybe, maybe. Yeah, some big words here. Even Gordon uses a big word here.
Of course, the Erie or Eagle's Nest, a favorite watering place for Gotham City's elite, and a perfect target for an Aqualine attack.
See, look at
And
that. That's a $100 word right there.
and what Latin eagle and what Latin eagle now resides or nest here in Gotham City? Anthony Aquila, the exiled dictator from South America, who is rumored to keep $1 million in cash in his wall safe at all times. It's the treasure at both ends of the rainbow. While Batman and Robin dash to Anthony Aquila's penthouse apartment, Chief O'Hara's men protect the area. Meanwhile, in Anthony Aquila's penthouse, reproduction of his former plantation home, the Riddler and his henchmen lurk in the underbrush while Riddler cracks the safe. Suddenly, Batman and Robin appear hacking through the underbrush with machetes. As duly deputized peace officers, Batman orders Riddler to drop his sack of cash and give himself up.
I mean, were those bat machetes? Because we didn't really I kind of thought he was going to use his batarang to like get through that, but nope, he had an actual machete, um, which seems extreme, but it's Batman.
Yeah, I wonder how those fit in the bat belt.
Well, I mean, they go right next to the bat shield.
That makes sense. Riddler orders his men to get the Cape Crusaders, and a fight ensues. A short fight as Batman and Robin quickly dispatch both of Riddler's henchmen.
The
Batman,
fights in this two part are very short. They don't very last very long. I noticed there's a few of them. There was we had one last episode, and now we've got this one, but they're very short.
yep. Batman demands the loot sack from Riddler. Riddler refuses, stating that Robin and his deputized friend are going to let him walk right out of there. Follow him, and he will show them why. Riddler opens a curtain, revealing Anthony Aquila, the Eagle himself, being held captive by Anagram and caged by a bunch of metal tinker toys.
Yeah, the Anthony Aquila might be Aquila, but we'll go with the other name. Um, Played by Victor Romino, not an accomplished actor. He did a few other things, but nothing of that I saw of note. But the real thing is that obviously it's a play on the looks wise, visually. He's a play on Fidel Castro. a big figure in the 60s there, the revolutionary of Cuba. He's got, the fatigues and chomping on a cigar. And also, yes, he is trapped in puzzle, a rod puzzle, sort of like, and that's exactly what is that actually even on the cover of Detective Comics 140, the first appearance of the Riddler. The in that story, the Riddler traps a quote unquote Mr. Eagle in a puzzle made of twisted steel bars. So, yeah, a Mr. Eagle. And so it may not be it may not be a Mr. Eagle that he traps in the episode, but it's in the eagle's nest. So it's got that still that eagle theme going, and so it's obvious that the writer here, producer and writer in this case, was leaning heavily into that first appearance of the Riddler, even though a lot of the other elements of this don't play out that way.
Inside a green box is a ticking time bomb. Batman will have to unlock the secret of the battling bars and disarm the bomb in time. Riddler hands Batman the sack of loot while he wheels out Anthony Aquila, telling Batman that the Eagle's life is in his hands. Riddler takes back the money, and both him and Anagram walk out. Adios, amigos, and ta ta.
That's it. That is John Aston's signature Riddler saying, "Ta-ta!" Like he, he kind of doesn't really try to do Frank Gorshin here, because I can't ever remember or even imagine Frank Gorshin saying "ta-ta." But John's making it work.
I had to laugh when he told Batman he wouldn't give him the when Batman demands the loot sack and he doesn't give it to him, and then he just hands it to them in there, and Batman just kind of looks at it.
It's a cool moment too because when after they defeat the goons or whatever, and Batman's like, we're gonna take you down, and I think Robin says something, and Riddler like takes his cane and shoves Robin up against the wall, and it looks pretty like badass actually, like and so he's like, no, I'm not doing that. You think you know everything, but I've got a plan. So and he does.
We don't ever see Frank use a question mark cane, do we? At least I don't
Um,
remember it.
I think he does. Uh, I think he does, but yeah, it's a little different here. I noticed that one thing that I have read about is that Frank didn't love the one piece outfit that the Riddler wears, the bodysuit. So he much preferred the, suit and jacket that he wears with the question marks and all that. Um, John Aston's character does not get a choice. He is wearing the bodysuit all the time as the Riddler. And he wears other outfits. He dresses up as a fireman in the beginning of the episode one, and then he has another outfit where he goes and does something here in a little bit. But as the Riddler, he's always wearing the bodysuit. And to be honest with you, I have to say, he's pretty fit. Like he's not like a shabby wearing the bodysuit. You think of Gomez Adams, not somebody you want to see in a bodysuit. And yet John Aston looks like he's like pretty slim, pretty good shape here. So, and he keeps like, making muscles and then kissing them. So, so he's letting us know that he is fit as a fiddle, or as in this case, fit as a riddler. um, and he's making do. So at this point, I got to ask you, are you getting used to him as the Riddler, or is it still just bizarre?
It's still bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't know if you felt the same way or not, but I sure did.
I mean, I'm getting there. Like I don't know. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened if he had come back.
Batman states that this particular puzzle cage doesn't seem to conform to the usual puzzle cage pattern. Robin points out that some of the medieval puzzle cages were designed so that all the intersecting rods were dependent upon the axis of only one supporting rod. Robin disengages the one rod that unlocks the entire cage.
Man, he doesn't even like ask Batman's permission or anything. He just like is looking around and then he just looks at a rod and pulls it out. Like, I was like, oh my God. He good for Robin though. Shows that he's his own man. He can do some stuff.
Batman orders Robin to stand clear while he disables the bomb using some tools from his bat belt. When it is safe, Batman calls Robin over. Batman holds up a tail while Robin reads Riddler's newest clue. To whom it to whom it to whom it may concern, if the tail fits, wear it.
Yeah, bringing Robin over when it's safe is not really like it. It was safe from the beginning. Like there was no bomb in there. There was just a clock that was ticking, as well as the tail that they found, and a note.
Elsewhere, the Riddler pays Professor Charm $3 million for his weapon, which looks like an 89-cent pencil flashlight.
Yeah, the Riddler is not impressed.
Professor Charm demonstrates on Riddler's green derby, causing it to disintegrate before the Riddler's very eyes.
Which is
Riddler,
kind of funny because I was just talking about his outfits or whatever. Now, one thing that Frank did is wore the bowler. He wore the top hat or the derby hat a lot, and John Astin never wears it. And this is even before it gets disintegrated. So he's not going to miss it. Let's put it that way. But it's right there. Um, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Drew, but previously when we've seen the bowler, it's black with a green question mark. This one is a green bowler, which I thought was kind of different.
yeah, that's right. I didn't really even realize that till you said it.
Yeah. So, yeah, a little bit different here, but yeah, it's kind of interesting that, yeah, I don't know if John Aston could have got away with wearing the bowler hat, but derby hat, I don't know. Is it the same thing? Bowler hat, derby hat, same thing? I guess so, right?
I guess I'm not a hat expert.
Where's the Mad Hatter when you need him?
Yeah, no kidding. He'd know. Riddler exclaims he has Gotham City by the throat. Riddler orders Anagram to call Commissioner Gordon. Batman and Robin meet Commissioner Gordon and Chief O'Hara at the Gotham City Park. Riddler told them to keep their eyes on Marshal Coley's statue. Holy Houdini and great slithering snakes! The statue disappears before their very eyes. As the foursome examine the statue's pedestal, Batman receives a Riddler-gram. It is an ultimatum. Unless Gotham City is declared an open city and all criminal statues rescinded within 2 hours, police headquarters will disappear as surely and as quickly as Marshal Coley's statue.
Yeah, guys, nice play on statue there, but the couple things. So yes, the statue does disappear, but yeah, you left out the fact that Riddler's right there. He's right there, dressed in disguise as a street cleaner. And yeah, this is the one of the few times that we do see John Aston out of the Riddler outfit. So he's right there, aims his pen at his pen flashlight at the statue, and it disappears. And then he goes on his merry way. And then a messenger comes by, and the messenger is so funny because he's like, "I'm looking for a Batman." Like, really? Like,
You live in Gotham City and you don't know who Batman is.
like it is a fun joke that they've done over and over again on this show. On the one hand, he's like one of the most popular, characters in the world and the planet. When like the whole planet is weeping if they think he's dead, but then like all these other people are just like, who are you? I'm looking for Mr. Batman. Are you Batman? Like that's just it's so funny. But it works. It's funny.
Chief O'Hara claims that swaggering Peacock is bluffing. Commissioner Gordon disagrees reading more of the Riddler's Commissioner Gordon disagrees reading more of the Riddler-gram. If the city fathers refuse to capulate after police headquarters is gone, building after building will disappear until they do. To confound them further, Riddler ends his telegram with a riddle. What is it that travels on all fours in the morning, on two legs at noon, and three at twilight? If you intend to follow me, add the answer to the other three. In the Batmobile, Batman plans to collate the figures with the remote Bat computer. If Batman's original premise was correct, the machine has done a man's job. Man's job? That's it, Batman. Man travels on all fours in the morning of his life or as an infant, on two legs at noon or as an adult, and with a cane or three legs in the twilight of his life. Batman congratulates Robin as they focus on the last part of the Riddler's challenge. If you intend to follow me, add the answers to the other three.
Yeah, the first season or so whenever we saw the Riddler and he would throw these out, Robin was always quick to get those riddles. Less so this in this two-parter. But it was nice to see him kind of get one here, even though it took a minute, and he needed a little bit of help. But I did appreciate the fact that it was Robin who solved the puzzle with the rods earlier, and who also solves the riddle here. So I thought that was a pretty good use of him. And yes, they're using the Bat computer by way of the Batmobile remotely, but they're not dependent upon it. I kind of they're not just leaning on it for all the answers. So I think this is a better use of the Bat computer as well.
Batman suggests they pick select Oh, Batman suggests they pick select keywords from each of the first three riddles: page, banquet, eagles, eagle's nest, and man. For instance, the letter P in the word page is the 16th letter in the alphabet. Using numerical positions in the alphabet as a common denominator, then add the number 2 for banquet and 5 for eagles and 13 for man. The total is 36. 36 inches in a yard or 3 feet. And who has 3 feet? No man. Batman recalls a factory opening with that name. Some of that bat logic.
Exactly.
Robin activates the remote bat computer and it gives them the No Man Jigsaw Puzzle Factory on the corner of Shady Glade and 5th. Batman calls Commissioner Gordon and asks for the immediate delivery of 4 100-pound sacks of sodium dichloride to be delivered to the Batcopter. Batman also tells Commissioner Gordon not to give into any of Riddler's demands under any circumstances until he hears from him. While the Cape Crusaders race against impeding doom, Riddler impatiently waits back at his lair. They turn on the television and learn that Chief O'Hara has been searching for the device with no luck.
Yeah, there's a cool scene here where the goons and Anagram are just sort of playing cards, and the Riddler just has a conniption. Like, how could you guys be doing that? Like, he is so amped up, and just goes on a tirade against them, and then basically just says, "Okay, let's just turn on the TV."
Riddler tells Anagram and his henchmen that poor Chief O'Hara is knocking himself out, looking all over the building for the weapon when it's hidden in the commissioner's office, plugged into an ordinary electrical outlet behind the commissioner's couch. To deactivate it, all they need to do is turn the wall switch to the off position.
Okay, so let me let me try to figure this out. So the Riddler has a as a weapon the Demolecularizer, or however we want to pronounce it.
The weapon.
That's how I'm pronouncing it. Um, so the demolecularizer is plugged in to the outlet. Once it's active at a certain time, the building will disintegrate, will demolecularize, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't the demolecularizer demolecularize as well?
You would think because it's connected to the building, but
So how is he going to use it again? Like, why doesn't he just park somewhere across the street and do what he did with the statue and just, yeah, that doesn't, that one was a head scratcher for me, Drew. I was like, you're just gonna, you're giving up your weapon here. Yeah, I didn't quite understand how that was supposed to play out.
Riddler logic.
Yeah, riddle logic. Yeah, I don't know if they really thought that through. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, we get some crazy bat logic here in a minute too. So it's all balances out, you know. So but considering that we started the episode with Bruce Wayne getting 7 pieces out of that round figure. All logic and math is thrown out the window in this two-parter, really. It doesn't really make any sense.
Meanwhile, the dynamic duo zoom across the city in the Batcopter with cargo with their cargo of sodium dichloride.
Got to see the Batcopter?
Yes, I was surprised. I wasn't expecting to see it in this episode.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of strange, but yeah, we don't really see them, but we see the Batcopter.
Back at the Riddler's hideout, the Riddler learns that Commissioner Gordon refuses to leave police headquarters. Commissioner Gordon, Chief O'Hara, and an elite bomb squad are the only occupants left in the building. Batman and Robin arrive at the No Man Jigsaw Puzzle Factory in the Bat Cycle. With no time to use the stairs, the dynamic duo use the bat rope. And I gotta say, we're using the bat rope again, and we're climbing a building. No celebrity, no guest celebrity. I'm
No celebrity,
surprised.
but we do see the Bat bike, the Bat cycle.
Yes,
So that was cool too. So we not only get the helicopter from the movie, the Batcopter, but we also get the Bat bike or the Bat cycle from the movie as well. And this time, this is new footage. I mean, they're actually in the Bat cycle and they stop in front of the warehouse. So I thought that was pretty badass. Um, that I like seeing the Bat cycle. I don't know why they're not in the Batmobile because they were in the Batmobile, then they were in the Batcopter, then they switched to the Bat Cycle. I'm like, okay, it's cool, but I don't know why.
I'm guessing because the writer producer wanted to see that stuff.
I guess, I mean, it's cool, but although to be honest with you, I do prefer the Bat Cycle from season one more so than the one in the movie, because it has the same color scheme and design as the Batmobile, like the black and red. But it's still cool.
Back at the Riddler's hideout, the Riddler watches the news as the seconds tick away. The clouds above police headquarters seem to be darkening as though a storm were imminent. The Riddler is giddy with anticipation as the newscaster counts down the seconds. Suddenly, lightning strikes, and then nothing happens to police headquarters. The weapon didn't work. Didn't your mother ever teach you not to play with electricity? Robin quips as the dynamic duo enter through the window. Batman explains that the supercharged electrical power of the lightning neutralized the effect of Riddler's weapon. Using the Batcopter, the Cape Crusaders seeded the clouds with 400 pounds of sodium dichloride, causing the lightning to strike. Riddle me this. When is a
Yeah,
floor like a puzzle?
I, I, yeah, we got to put a pin in the whole lightning thing because again, bat logic, but logistically, they go up in the helicopter, Batcopter, sorry, and seed the cloud, and then they come down and just let the cloud like do what it has to do, and then go to the hideout on the Bat Cycle, and hoping that and so they were able to figure out not only that the cloud would cause lightning, but also time it exactly right. Like, I mean, that's a lot to process there, Drew.
Yes, it is. But when we get to that point, when Batman's explaining all this, he mentions he did calculations for it.
He did. I mean, he did. So, and again, this is a guy who got seven pieces out of that circle. So, I'm not going to argue with him. But yeah, this is why I think it's because my love of this show is why I don't do well in math, Drew. Because I took my math lessons from Batman. But also there, Riddler, I think this is one of the coolest moments too that he has in this two-parter is where Robin says, you know, your riddles led us right to you. And Riddler just goes, you made a mistake of being predictable yourselves with your legendary window entrances. Then he says the great line, riddle me this, which is something that the Riddler is just known for. Of course, even the Jim Carrey Riddler. And then when is the floor is like a puzzle, and he pushes a button, and the floor beneath them just falls apart. Unfortunately, fortunately for him, the Riddler, the Dynamic Duo is ready for it, but it's still a pretty badass moment, I think, for the
Yeah.
Riddler.
I
Uh,
yeah, it
the
is.
fact that he gets to utter riddle me this and is ready for him, it shows that the Riddler is still one of no matter who's playing him, is still one of the smartest adversaries that they face, who's always two or three steps ahead. He may not be 10 steps ahead like Batman is, but he's like two or three steps ahead.
Riddle me this. When is a floor like a puzzle? The Riddler hits a button and the floor beneath the Cape Crusaders falls away. Luckily, a split second before, Batman and Robin leaped up, grabbing the pipes. They swing forward, kicking back Riddler's henchmen, and a fight ensues.
Another short fight.
During the fight, Robin calls for help. Riddler and one of his other henchmen are trying to shove him into the hole in the raised floor. There are spikes beneath. That's one thing we missed
That was
earlier
pretty
when
cool
he,
too.
yeah, because when we saw the floor when it broke apart was in the shape of puzzle pieces, but you didn't see what was underneath it. You didn't know there were spikes in there
Mm.
until we saw that scene where they're trying to shove Robin in it.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it looked like that was a good shot too, where he looks like he's in danger that way. I did like that. Yeah. Um, well done.
Batman grabs the Riddler and the henchman by the collar and pulls them away. Robin punches both in the gut. Anagram, who had been hiding near the far wall, decides to make a run for it. She presses a button on the Riddler's panel and a door opens. Chief O'Hara and his men come rushing in. Chief O'Hara arrests Anagram. Let go of me, you blue-coated buffoon! Anagram yells at Chief O'Hara. Chief O'Hara bets she's the toughest one of the bunch. Robin, Robin replies she's the only one still kicking, and then kicks Robin.
Right in the shin.
I know.
I don't. It looked real. I mean, it looked
It
like
did look real.
Bert's reaction looks like he really got kicked in the shin.
I
Again, Bert
wonder.
doesn't get a lot of credit for like his acting range, but he looks like he got really kicked in the shin there.
I wondered if that was actually a kind of like a blooper. It wasn't supposed to happen.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything to corroborate that. So, but she kicks him right in the shin and he yelps.
Yeah, it looked pretty real.
But it was cool too. I mean, we get to okay, so again, credit to where credit's due because we like to deride him, but O'Hara arrives in the nick of time and they do once again get the mall. For a long time this second season, the malls were getting away. But they've made a very strong effort to make sure that they are shown to be captured and served some time in these last few stories that we've seen.
Back at police headquarters, Batman tells Professor Charm that coming forward voluntarily with the stolen charity money should tip the scales of justice in his favor. When he's paid his debt to society, he will be able to continue his scientific studies under the wing of the Gotham City Science Institute. Mr. Wayne Mr. Wayne persuaded the membership board to lower the customary educational requirements. Batman and Robin leave to take the money to the Wayne Foundation before the close of business hours. Professor Charm turns to Commissioner Gordon, telling him that Batman is an amazing man. Does he know who he is under that mask? To ask Professor who he is nowhere near as important as where he is at all times.
That's almost creepy. But yeah, yeah. And so we get an episode, another episode without Alan Napier. It's the eighth episode without Alan Napier. The 13th episode without Madge Blake. They were in the first part, of course, but they were confused by Bruce's math abilities as well, so they did not appear in the second episode, I guess. They're still working on that too. But yeah, I mean, as a Riddler story, it's okay. Certainly I like the homages to the comic, his first appearance. I think those are fun. It certainly would have been livelier if Frank Gorshin had returned. There's no doubt about that. But the producers decided to go with another actor. They got John Astin, who is not at all like Frank Gorshin, so it's going to be different. And it's very, very difficult to reconcile. I think if, we'd seen John Astin play the Riddler from day one, it might be something that would be more iconic, but instead it just seems like having a substitute teacher show up.
Yeah,
What,
I have to
yeah,
agree with you on that
I
because
mean, so yeah, where do you kind of figure with all that?
I it felt like a second-rate Riddler. So I don't know. This is not really a two-parter I'd care to watch again. You know what I mean?
Wow, he goes that far. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay, but it's not the same.
No, that's true. That's true.
If
Yeah,
they
it's unfortunate, but I think because I love John Astin as an actor, and apparently he's a great human being too, from whatever I understand. But I sort of have more sympathy for him in this, and but it is an unfortunate. I feel bad for him because I hate to think of him. I think he's doing as the best he can. And I think he understands the assignment too. I think he's doing a pretty good job. He fits the sort of mold. It's just that we've already had a guy play this character that was top notch. So, if he was playing somebody else, I think it would have been much better.
I agree, totally agree. They should have cast him as a new villain, and I think it would have worked pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. I think at the time though, from what I understand, they really wanted to get Frank, and it just was not happening. Frank, I think, said something about how later on he said something about how he had some sort of engagement and he couldn't make those dates, the schedule, and when he found out they cast someone else, he was kind of hurt by it. But I think other things have come out that said that no, it was really a money thing. It was all about money. And he just wanted more than they were willing to spend because they were getting to the end of the season and we're getting there eventually, and their budget is just not able to pay him more. So they went with someone else. And they've done it before. We've seen them recast villains before on this show, so it's not like it's unheard of. But in this case, it doesn't really work.
They probably should have cast him as the Clue Master.
I don't even know if the Clue Master was around then.
Yeah, you're right. He probably wasn't.
But I mean, sure, that would have been okay, but it's like it would have felt like it just another wannabe anyway, because the puzzler, the clue master, the Riddler, like they all kind of had the same shtick. So, having him be something else entirely would have been beneficial, but I think the script was already catered to the Riddler. They'd already changed a couple of scripts earlier this season to accommodate other villains. Um, and they just didn't want to do that again this time. So I can't blame them. It would have been nice too because it's an anniversary episode. Because celebrating the 1 year anniversary of the show, and the Riddler was the first villain on the show, so it kind of makes sense that the Riddler's on the anniversary episode. Um, but it just, it's one of those things where if things had been differently, um, we would have been like, "Ooh, that's awesome," but instead it didn't work.
All right. Well, that wraps up another episode. Do you have a shout out, Mike?
I do. Last week, we talked about the heritage auctions, and at the time that we recorded last week's episode, they had not yet finished the auction. So I thought I'd just do a follow up to that because now the auction is over. The I think it was a bunch of like over 80 items from the series were up. Now, some of them were props and some of them were replicas. So they weren't all actual items that were from the show, but most of them were. So, so if in case you're wondering exactly how much some of those things went for, like I said last time, I mentioned like say uh, the uh, the bat respirator was going for 2 grand, right? Well, the respirator actually sold for $17,500.
So a
That's a
lot more.
that's a that just goes to show you the demand for the love for this show and the demand for these products. I think last week I mentioned that the Robin's Batarang was going for $5,000. It actually sold for $12,000, 12,500. Um, the Mad Hatter top hat went was going for $5,000 last time I checked. It actually sold for $23,750. Um, oh, by the way, the person who purchased that, you can still make that person an offer of $30,000 more, and they will consider it. Mr. Freeze's helmet, worn by George Sanders, that was going for $2,000. Like I said, when I checked, it actually sold for $5,000. So it didn't go up as much. I think a lot of people are like you, Drew, where they were like, George Sanders, not my favorite. Since we just saw the episode with Marcia, Queen of Diamonds, her crown, when I mentioned before it was going for $2,000, it actually sold for 2,500. So it didn't go up by a lot. But um, so the bigger price items, I think, were the ones that, and one of the items I didn't even mention. I didn't even see this one when I was doing my original list because you mentioned, I think that it would be cool, or I think we talked about how it would be cool to have a Batmobile parachute from the show, because that's why someone goes up and cleans it up like every time they deploy it. Um, well, the reason that they need someone to go get it, Drew, is because it sold for $13,750. That's
Jeez.
not something you want to just leave on the road.
No.
So, yeah. So another Burt Ward, Robin Batarang went for $14,375. And but the higher priced items, I think, are the ones like so the top 10 here. Lee Merriweather's Catwoman signature costume went for $30,000. Frank Gorshin's Riddler, one piece ensemble went for $33,750. The the Bat Radio went for $42,000, 500. Burgess Meredith's outfit, his tuxedo and his top hat, everything, that went for $46,000, $250. Yeah, $46,250. Batman's Batarang went for $50,000.
Jeez.
Julie Newmar's Catwoman outfit went for $68,750. Yvonne Craig's Batgirl outfit went for $87,500. And the Joker, Cesar Romero's Joker ensemble, his tuxedo, went for. Are you ready for this? Because I had originally said it was going for 2,500. I'm sorry, $25,000. Well, it blew that out of the water. It, the Joker outfit went for $212,500.
Jeez, that's a big leap.
That's how big a deal the Joker is. Because his outfit went for, yeah, over $200,000. And finally, the Batman and Robin costume, which the set of both combined, both Burt and Adam's outfits combined. When I checked last week, when we recorded, it was going for $200,000, which we thought was a lot. Well, the complete set went for $575,000. That's over $500,000.
Jeez.
So there yeah, so it's really interesting to see that these outfits and all of these props are still there. I am curious to see if the Batman Museum in Indiana acquired any of these items, because it would be kind of fun to check out some of these items that were up for auction. Obviously, a lot of them are overpriced, but there's a love for this show that it's just remarkable to me, and people are who have the money are willing to spend it on a lot of these items. And you can see we'll have a link, of course, in our show notes and on the newsletter, like we always do, and you can see for yourself the whole list of items that were available and how much they went for. I think you have to be a member of Heritage Auctions to look at the actual amounts that they sold for, but and to participate in others, because Heritage Auctions is doing this all the time. So when items come available, they will put them up there. They have a lot of comic art, a lot of comics, old comics that have been secured that are available as well. And yes, they are overpriced, and they are nothing nothing that I can even come close to. I can barely afford to look at this list of items, let alone bid on them. But it is kind of cool, and I'm glad that they're appreciated. I hope they show up in places that we can see them, because the fact that someone spent $500,000 on Batman and Robin outfits, I'm hoping that it's just not some dude like trying them on in his bedroom or something. um, I'm hoping that they are somewhere that will eventually be displayed, and everybody can enjoy looking at them. I certainly would love to see them.
All right, and for my shout out, I forgot to bring what I was gonna shout out about tonight. So I'm gonna have to substitute something. So right here on my desk, I do have this Green Lantern ring collection. It's got all the different
Oh, nice.
Green Lantern stuff. And this is from the Jeff Johns run, of course,
Yes.
which Cletus and I are reviewing on the Earth Station DCU BatChums Patreon.
Nice plug.
So you can go there and check out what Cletus and I have been reviewing. We're actually doing the Sinestro Core War right now. Of course, it's not up on Patreon yet, but we are having fun reviewing that. But
During the
we are
time
reading.
during the time when they did that, they had the Black Lanterns and all that, and they were giving out, all the heroes were getting rings and all that stuff and everything. It was a really fun time, and the comic shops were giving out rings as well, different colored rings. I think I don't have them in a nice box like that, but I think I have actually all the colors of the rings somewhere around. I'll have to look and see, but I think I've got a whole set of rings somewhere. That's a lot of power that I'm just letting just go away. But yeah, it turns out all of them rejected me, Drew.
Now, for the Batman fans out there, Batman did get to try out Hal Jordan. I think, yeah, he did try out Hal Jordan's ring in one of the issues we reviewed.
Ah,
And
yeah.
also, a Sinestro ring came to Batman. One of the
Yeah,
yellow rings came to Batman because he had the ability to instill great fear,
that's
but he
right.
rejected it, of course.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. I remember that too. But he has strong will too, so that would go for the same as the green ring. So. Yeah, I like the idea. I mean, for the longest time, it was just green and yellow. And Jeff Johns was the one who really started having fun and introducing different rings and different subsets. And I really thought that was a cool idea. And I don't know what's happening with it now. I don't know if we're going to get that with the new Green Lantern series that we're going to see from James Gunn and people and associates coming out pretty soon. But I like the idea of that.
I do too. And I can tell you in the current comics written by Jeremy Adams, who's writing both the Green Lantern regular book and the Green Lantern Corps book, they are dealing with all the different color batteries have been destroyed. And there's been people manifesting things spontaneously, and they're having to deal with that. So
Gotcha.
it's been reading Jeremy Adams' current Green Lantern run. It's felt a lot like being back in the Jeff Johns era.
Oh,
It's
nice.
very similar. It's not like a copy of it or anything, but it's it's been a good run. So
I will have
so far.
to, check that out and trade or, at some point because I did like that time period. I was on board and I read a lot of those issues and I had a lot of fun with that. So that was pretty cool.
So, and if you got the DC Infinite app, you can go on there and read the comics there too.
Oh, I do. Yes, right. I do.
Yep. All right. If you'd like to comment on anything we've talked about tonight, you can reach us at our feedback line, 317-455-8411. Text us, leave us a message, or you can email us at batchumspodcast@gmail.com. Alrighty. All right, Batchum, are you ready to get out of here?
Bat chums are ready to move out.
Atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Don't worry. The jokes are yet to come.